Hey yo, what's up guys? LoftonTCG here, bringing you a deck profile of the Water Waifu deck that I just played yesterday for my OTS Championship that I ended up losing in the finals to a branded Eldritch deck with main deck anti-spell, and there can only be one. Now, those are very, very powerful cards that impact the deck, especially there can only be one. Essentially means you cannot link out of your Marincess monsters whatsoever, and whatever you have is what you're stuck with. I'm only uploading this because I did tweet that if it got 50 likes, I would upload or at least let you guys see my list. I in no way, shape, or form think this is the best way to play the deck, nor do I think I am the best person to play the deck, but out of curiosity, I am uploading it for you guys, so I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, so I don't want to drag out the deck profile. So we're just going over the basics. We obviously played 3 Blue Tang, the starter card of the deck. You see this and you can essentially do your full plays. 3 Seahorse, essentially the same thing as Blue Tang. It just doesn't dump the Seahorse, obviously. So Seahorse just turns into a big link climb, but mandatory 3. Also, you want to have the highest chance of revealing a Seahorse off of Blue Tang because it is essentially the best monster to have a follow-up after the Blue Tang. And then 3 Spring Girl because she is free. She's absolutely free to just special summon. You can also just normal her, make a link monster. If in the situation this is the only water monster in your hand, you would end up going Sea Angel to search the spell, to then activate the spell to bring Spring Girl back, and then continue to link climb with your plays. And then just 2 Pasculus. For some reason, this card absolutely loved me at the end of the day yesterday. I was opening double of this almost the entire time. But her graveyard effect is insane, absolutely amazing for follow-up, so love the card. I just don't see the need of 3 of this card, other than you want more names in the deck. And then the Sleepy Maiden. So I actually don't think you should play Sleepy Maiden and Mandarin. I think Sleepy Maiden is the best one of the 2. It is definitely the worst one to draw. I understand that. I'm fully aware of that. You cannot do anything with just this card, but she is definitely better in the graveyard than Mandarin, and you're not forced to grab Ocean if you send her to the grave because she herself can equip a link monster from your graveyard to your link monster. That's it for the Marincess monsters. We went heavy on the hand traps today. We went 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Valor, and 2 Ghost Ogre. I wanted to have a hand trap in my hand almost every time. Preferably 3, but you can't get what you can't always get what you want. I definitely think these are the correct hand traps, bare minimum, right here. And I also have imperms in here, but because we filter this monster spell trap just for this. And I also like Ghost Ogre right now because it will hit the Fateful Adventure. It will hit the Hulk and take it off the board so your opponent can't TG1 Magician you during your main phase. And it will hit Moye. It's spot removal, and I do like spot removal when playing this deck. Onto the spells. 1 Battle Ocean and just 2 Dive. I don't think 3 is needed, other than the fact that you want to see it, you want to hit it off of, or you want a higher chance of hitting Blue Tang. I do think the better you get with the deck, the less you can play. I also, as I was playing through the tournament, I felt like maybe 1 was okay, but I'm just not that in tune with the deck at this point, and I definitely would think that the second one was more of a crutch for me. And then my least favorite card in the deck, honestly, Silent Mining. You have to play it, but I definitely hate this card. I don't like this card because if you have this card with any starter Marincess monster, you essentially just don't need this card. So it just it's kind of null and void. And yeah, obviously, like if your opponent has the most common hand trap in their hand and you don't have a water monster and you just discard a spell or a trap, and you go to use this and they ash it, you're still just at a loss. But this is still a card you just have to see, so it's unfortunate, but it's okay. Opponent desires, banish 10, draw 2. After you search your trap is generally when you want to use this. So you just make sure don't banish your trap and just draw 2 cards. Obviously, that's really good. And if you don't have a combo starter or at all, it's better to have a card that says draw 2 cards to give you the chance to see a combo starter. And I play Droplet. I think Droplet's insane because I don't think the deck goes second very, very well. Also, your equip monsters from the Battle Ocean, when they're sent to the graveyard, they're actually they're actually treated as monsters, and you can send Coral to, like, if you wave during your opponent's turn and then drop a monster and send Coral, Coral can add back wave, and then you can actually activate wave again because it's not once per turn. And then halving the monster's attack is obviously really, really good. And then I played 2 cross out and 1 called by. I just couldn't find room for the third one. I didn't want to play more than 42 cards. I really wanted to play 3 cross out designators. But playing into the tournament, this is my first tournament with the deck. I did feel and realize that the cards that were most ideal to hit by called by don't highly affect the deck. It's honestly the most impactful hand trap against the deck is Ghost Ogre, because when you Ghost Ogre a blue Tang, it's honestly pretty much a wrap. But the cross out for the Nibiru was absolutely insane, and I would never not play that. And then one of Harpy's Feather Duster, which came in clutch in game ones twice for me yesterday. And then more hand traps, like I said, the Infinite Impermanences and the Marincess Wave. I don't think you need any more than one of this at all. The deck recycles it quite often and does it very, very well. That's a 42 main deck list. Onto the extra deck, we play 2 sea blue slugs, 2 sea angels, 2 corals. Don't think you need any more than this. 1 crystal heart. The card is very good. I don't see how you couldn't play this card in the deck. Doesn't come up too often, but when you see the line of play to make it, it's almost never bad. And then Coral Triangle, which is your trap searcher. Discard a water monster and then search the trap. And then Marbled Rock, which adds back any Marincess card from your graveyard to your hand. Aqua Argonaut, which is the new Link 4 monster. This card is very good. Great Bubble Reef. I would argue that this is the best card in the extra deck. Drawing a card every single standby phase is very, very good. And then Area, you have to play the Area, especially for the Nibiru. Taking Halks and taking Moyes, especially since Moyes is a 4, comes up a lot. And then Splash Mage for the Link monster. Splash Mage also is a non-negotiable extra deck monster. And then the last 2 monsters I ended up playing were Kraken. I summoned this card so many times. And then Abyss Dweller. I had 1 extra spot, and I didn't feel like I needed any more Marincess links. And at the tournament, I didn't need one at all. Obviously, Shark and Toad are not in here. There's not enough room. I would definitely play number 4 over. If I had to choose, which I did have to choose, I went with Stealth Kraken, and then I just have 1 slot, and I said, why not Dweller? Dweller's always been good for me, and why not? And I'm going to even be nice to you guys and give you the side deck, man. It's very difficult to side right now because the meta is just any and everything. So fitting the cards in that you need is so hard right now. 2 Drolls, 2 Token Collector, and 2 DD Crow. Honestly, the theory behind DD Crow was I really don't want my stuff crowed, and I play cross out, so it'd be really good. And then yesterday I actually ended up playing a couple decks that function off the graveyard, so this was very good. Also can hit Scythe from the graveyard. That's really good for many reasons. Double Cosmic Cyclone and double Twin Twister. I really needed more back removal yesterday, but I just couldn't do anything else about it. Triple Evenly. Anti-Spell is a card, and if you're good enough to make it so they can't stick a negate on board and they go Anti-Spell and nothing protecting it, Evenly is going to go way further than Twin Twister or Cosmic. And the last card goes to match. I probably should have played 3 of this card. This card is really good right now. I don't really thrive with Floodgates. I don't really care for them, but this is definitely a Floodgate. If it sticks, it just generally is game. It's kind of like an anti-spell, I guess. But the most important interaction is with your number 4 Kraken. Kraken turns all your opponent's monsters into water. So essentially all their monsters on board are water, and then everything else they have in their hand are not water. So they cannot even attempt to summon any other monsters unless the monsters in hand are water. So this is a pretty good soft lock that you can put your opponent under. Alright guys, thanks for watching so much. If you did like the video, or if you had anything negative or positive to say, please comment, because I like learning from you guys what you don't like and the future content that I can provide for you. Nationals is this upcoming weekend, and it is crunch time. I wish anybody that's going to NA Nationals the best of luck, and I hope you guys enjoy your time. Until next time, guys.